The city of Philadelphia is facing a housing crisis. Advocates are demanding change. They are calling for a fairer housing budget. Their key demand is simple: allocate at least 50% of the housing budget to those earning less than $30,000 annually. This demand reflects the urgent need for affordable housing options in the city. Advocates argue that everyone deserves a safe and stable place to live. The current budget allocation falls short of meeting the needs of low-income residents. Advocates are determined to amplify their voices. They aim to bring attention to this crucial issue. They believe a significant shift in funding is necessary to address the growing housing affordability gap. Their efforts highlight the importance of prioritizing the needs of the most vulnerable populations in Philadelphia. The call for a more equitable housing budget is not just about numbers, it's about people. It's about families struggling to keep a roof over their heads. It's about seniors choosing between rent and medication. It's about the fundamental right to safe and affordable housing for all Philadelphians. The fight for affordable housing in Philadelphia is gaining momentum. Advocates are hopeful that their demands will be heard. They believe that by working together, they can create a city where everyone has a place to call home. Their dedication to this cause is unwavering, and they are committed to holding city officials accountable for creating a more just and equitable housing system. Philadelphia's current housing programs are failing to adequately address the needs of its lowest-income residents. While some programs exist, they often miss the mark. A significant portion of the city's affordable housing funding is currently directed towards residents earning over $30,000 per year. This leaves those with the greatest needs struggling to access safe and affordable housing options. The current system creates a significant barrier for low-income individuals and families. They are often priced out of neighborhoods experiencing gentrification. The lack of affordable housing options perpetuates a cycle of poverty and instability. Many are forced to make impossible choices between paying rent, putting food on the table, or accessing healthcare. This funding disparity has real-life consequences. It deepens the divide between the haves and have-nots. It exacerbates existing inequalities. As housing costs continue to rise, low-income residents are being pushed further to the margins. They are being left behind in a city that is rapidly changing around them. This situation is simply unacceptable. It demands immediate attention. Advocates are calling for a radical shift in how the city allocates its housing resources. They are demanding a system that prioritizes the needs of those most in need. They believe that everyone, regardless of their income, deserves a safe and affordable place to live. The human cost of Philadelphia's affordable housing crisis is evident in the stories of its residents. Take, for example, Angelita Ellison. Once a homeowner, she was forced to rent after being unable to afford necessary repairs. Angelita's story is not unique, it reflects a larger systemic issue. Angelita found herself priced out of multiple neighborhoods. She struggled to find a place she could afford. Her experience highlights the challenges faced by countless individuals and families in Philadelphia. The lack of affordable housing options has far-reaching consequences. It impacts every aspect of a person's life, from their health and well-being to their economic security. Access to safe and affordable housing is not a privilege, it is a fundamental human right. Kayana Johnson, a housing advocate, emphasizes this point. She asserts that housing is essential for human dignity and well-being. Denying this right perpetuates systemic inequities. The current housing crisis disproportionately impacts communities of color. It deepens existing racial and economic disparities. This systemic injustice demands immediate action. Philadelphia must prioritize the needs of its most vulnerable residents. Access to safe and affordable housing should not be a luxury. It should be a right enjoyed by all. There is a growing consensus that Philadelphia must address its affordable housing crisis. Advocates are proposing concrete solutions. One such solution is increasing funding for shallow rent subsidies. Andy Toy, from the Philadelphia Association of Community Development Corporations, supports this approach. Shallow rent subsidies would help bridge the gap between what households can afford and actual rent costs. This would provide immediate relief to struggling families. It would offer a lifeline to those at risk of losing their homes. It is a practical and impactful solution that deserves serious consideration. The upcoming budget talks present a critical opportunity. Council Committee Chair Jamie Gauthier has expressed support for increased funding for effective housing programs. This is a positive step. It signals a willingness to address the issue. However, advocates are urging city leaders to go further. They are demanding bold action. They are calling for a significant increase in funding for affordable housing initiatives. The upcoming budget battle will be a test of the city's commitment to its most vulnerable residents. The time for talk is over. The time for action is now.